Okay, guys, it's here. We are almost to our final presentation. So this week, students will be preparing for those. And as they prepare, I want you to prepare a little bit too. And so I'm reminding you of all the things that need to happen for that. So just let's go on down the reminders. So students during the presentations are either in the room that you are judging in, or they are in the gym where they're supervised. They don't go to a different room where you're not. They don't get to wander around. They don't get to go back. Like if they're my kids, they don't get to go back to the art room and work on their project. They are either in the gym or they are in the room that I'm judging. Okay. All students again need to attend at least 9 presentations, except for seniors, obviously, because that isn't going to work for them. This is besides their own. So I have that form. I'll attach it to this again. The thing you need to make copies of for them to fill out to show that they were there. They just write the title of the presentation, who gave it, and then like something they liked about it. The schedule is out for the presentations. It's on the homepage of the website right down here. Okay, senior high first and junior high. Seniors start this Thursday, then everybody else is Monday through Thursday for the high school. Then junior high is the 10th through the 14th, that next Monday. So we overlap 4 days there. Check that ASAP, make sure it's right. I'm still adding third judges in a few places, but I'm getting those. So make sure you're on there, make sure you're here that day. There's a lot of people missing. I think I kept it all straight, but if I didn't, please let me know. Then what other things? All presentations again need to be recorded. Whomever's name is first on the list of judges is responsible for this. The Chromebooks that we used last year were fine. There is a folder called Spring 2021 Final Presentations that those need to be uploaded to. If you do not remember how to upload off your Chromebook, just let me know and I will do that. I do not recommend doing the phone or anything else because then we have all kinds of trouble uploading them. So please just do it on a Chromebook and that will work great. Remember, at the end of the week, and I will remind you of this, but at the end of the week, when all the presentations are done, every advisor needs to nominate at least one student for their group. So for the high school, I need those on Thursday. Junior high, you're just letting me know the ones basically that get an A on their project and presentation, and then they'll be recognized too at our last awards assembly. But high school, you need to give me at least one student from your group that you think should be considered for a finalist. And this should be the person who created the best finished project for the semester and then presented it well. It doesn't have to be the best presenter if that person who presented the best did not have the best project. Like they didn't do as much as you thought they should. They didn't really hit all the areas. That their project is not just exceptional. We're looking for exceptional projects here, and then a good presentation, because sometimes our project makers are not always the best presentation, but it needs to be good enough that we can follow it and know what happened in their project and understand what they got done. So that's who you should be nominating to me just by sending me an email. You can nominate others, but put them in order, my first, and then I have these other people. So those are people, if they're not on that list, we're not going to watch their video. So make sure they're on the list, and those are the ones that'll get watched, and that's how we'll choose the finalists, because we don't have time to go through every single kid. We're just going through the list of nominations that you guys send us. Then make sure as you're grading, all 3 of the judges, you are grading off of this rubric. It's on the rubric section of the website, and again, I'll link to it on our email. But reminder that the content of the presentation is the first focus. How they present it is the second focus, but the content should be the focus. So if they stand up there and talk for 5 minutes about their, what they did for the project, but you don't really know anything, you can't tell they accomplished anything, you can't tell that they got stuff done. They just stand there and tell you about, I think of one we had last year that the history of this certain area, but then their project was they were going to make people aware of the history and the different ethnicities, and they don't talk anything at all about that. All they do is show you the history. They're just BSing up there, guys, and they didn't actually get anything done. So do not give them a good grade for their presentation information just because they were able to stand up there for 5 minutes. If they can't actually show you what they accomplished for this project, then you dock them down for that. And that's the same way in the presentation aids. If they said I can't think of anything right now. Let's say they reviewed a video game and their presentations is one slide where they wrote down one review thing and they don't show you anything else, and they were supposed to have made a YouTube channel and they were supposed to have a website, and they don't show you any other visual aids that prove that, then don't give them good grade for their presentation aids, because their aids did not enhance the understanding of their findings. That's right here. And their aids did not give evidence of what was created or done. If they show you one picture and it gives evidence of what was done because there's one picture, they still did not cover that. They should show you 10 or 15 pictures of them making this, of them creating this project. You should have no doubt in your mind that this kid worked for an entire semester based on what their visual aids are. They should have charts and graphs. They should have photos. They should have videos that they made. They should have all kinds of things to show you. And whether that's on screen or it's stuff that they're holding, it doesn't matter, but they should have things to show you. So just because they had visual aids does not mean they get a 10 out of 10. Okay? I saw that on a few judging sheets last year. Rate their aids. Their presentation skills is the only part that you're really rating how well they present. Everything else is on the content of their stuff. And then when it comes to response to audience questions, I was very disappointed last year in the questions we asked. Ask them hard questions. If they say the goal of their project was to do this, then ask them a question related to that goal. So if the goal of the project was to help people find video games that had to do with history, you might ask them, well, so if I go buy this game, what am I learning about history? Like, am I going to be smarter? How long is it going to take me to be smarter? How long do I have to play it before I catch on to all these history things? Ask them things that really have to do with it. If you looked at their graph and you didn't understand what it said, say, can you go back to your graph and explain to me what that shows me? I mean, put them on the spot, because that's what that's supposed to be. It's not just supposed to be the easy ones like, what was the hardest thing about this project? Everybody knows you're going to ask that one. Really try to listen. I mean, if you have to, ask it, but really try to listen and ask something that pertains to their content, that puts them on the spot a little bit, because that'll really tell you if they know what they're talking about or they're just blowing steam up there. Okay, so I hope this helps. Let me make sure I got everything. Yes. Okay, so just all the reminders on that. I'm making a video for the kids about all the reminders that they need to have. Don't forget to post in your room those posters I gave you last semester that have the grading expectations for this project. So please do that right away. Sorry for the long one. Hopefully this helps. Hopefully it's a good refresher.